Yeah, found ourselves another, just great game. I mean, great, two desperate teams to get a win here. They fought their tail off. Though we had a chance to get some separation there in the second half. If we got it to 11, and then we just got, we had like open court, just opportunities where we were just a little bit loose with the ball. Like those turnovers, were really the worst thing that happened to us besides, not doing a good enough job on the defensive glass. They were just beating us to, their quickness is a real thing, and they beat us to a lot of long rebounds and loose things. But I just love the way the guys responded. It's almost like you felt like the game was going to go this way, and that we were going to have to exercise some demons, by playing another game where we're up one, down one, regulation into overtime. And now we've played 15 games. We're closing in with these overtimes. Probably I've played 16. If you add those up.
What was the feeling in the huddles as they're coming back late? It's going to take the lead. Was there still a lot of confidence among the guys? You could sense, with some close passes recently.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a feeling of definitely an oh shit in there. I felt that the guys though didn't have the look of determination. When you're in a lot of games like this, you start to get more comfortable in them. And we've been in 9 games like this that were games, that were hanging in the balance in the last minute or two of the game. So this is just another one. We were in 3 of them in Atlantis. We were in one in West Virginia. We were in one at Marquette. St. Bonaventure, we were in one. Providence, Seton Hall. I mean, we've been in a lot of these games, and you get a little bit more comfortable.
Adama, another big game. You don't see too many stat lines back-to-back games like that in the Big East. What can you kind of say about the way he's been playing?
I mean, he's a great player. When he doesn't play, it sucks for us. The guy is a monster. And again, I've said this a lot too. His presence affects three-point shooting too. It has a cascading effect. The rim protection at the defensive end of the court, the physicality, but at the offensive end, we shoot the ball better when he plays because we get better looks at 3 because teams are very concerned with guarding him. So again today, we went 9 for 22 from 3, and that's not a coincidence.
What were you trying to get against the regulation there? Was that kind of a good break when you obviously get the ball at half court as opposed to trying to 4.2 or whatever?
Yeah. We wanted to try to scissor. We wanted to put a dominant, kind of opposite where we wanted to go with the ball, so that he would be in an offensive rebounding position. We tried to scissor Dre out to the corner and then set that up screen for Tyrese, get it to him on the run. If Tyrese didn't get it, Isaiah's going to flash back to the ball and try to quick pitch RJ. Off a kind of back cut off the ball, get something at the rim. Tyrese did a great job of just catching it because it was a full speed cut. He put something good on the rim. They played good defense. They walled up, and then Adama, was in position to at least get it to overtime.
Yeah, what's the last month or so been like for Adama trying to? Well, I don't know if he could try to work himself back. You said he was so limited at times.
No, because of the nature of his injury, he couldn't do anything with the basketball or any cardio or any running. When you have a tear in your abdominal muscle, you're completely shut down. So it's not like he was able to do, skill work and dummy offense and non-live type of things. He couldn't do anything. So that Marquette game was literally a month shut down. He practiced one time. He practiced literally one time, and then played 12 minutes in that game. And then he came out with a hammy, little bit of tweak, and but he looks good. He looked good today. He looked healthy.
Coach, what would you say is the most difficult part about defending Champagne?
The size, the shooting, the handling, ability to get his own shot. He's surrounded by, by some really good players too. I think they play a style that kind of suits him too, because it's like, they've got four perimeter out there, sometimes five when Wheeler goes to the five, and so their spacing is good because they play really, really small, so he's got a lot of room to operate. But he looks, he looks the part of, definitely a draft pick.
Dan, what'd you think of them? They've kind of struggled this year for the most part. They felt like this was the best year. What was your impressions of them compared to last year?
Yeah, I really think those guys are going to win a lot of games. Anytime you have two all-conference level players, two first or second team all-conference level guys in Posh and a player of the year in Champaign, you're going to have a chance to win a lot of games in this league. COVID pause hurt them. Obviously, they really only had a couple shots at kind of those big non-conference wins. And on the road at Indiana and Kansas, not even at home. They didn't get kind of the best non-conference schedule to build momentum. But you don't want to, it's not enjoyable to play against them. They get after you. And the game was very similar to last year's game. We led most of the way, couldn't kind of get that separation, and they started walking us down late again. We had answers this time.
RJ, obviously 19 points, 8 assists, but pretty good job on Posh defensively, and I think 3 or 4 charges.
Yeah.
Ultimately,
we needed him to win that matchup today, and last year he didn't win that matchup in the game that we lost here, and I think a huge part, obviously 26 and 18, by Dama, unbelievable. But our RJ winning, outplaying him in this game today and the charges, and that probably was the difference, in the game. But I loved what Isaiah did today. I thought he was much more back to his identity. And then the 14, we looked imposing at the rim. Obviously, we got hurt at the three-point line, but again, they were out there with 5 guards a lot of the time, and they were spreading us out with quality. The 14 blocks at the rim looked like us again.
I assume you're much happier with your defense. After seeing all game, they only shot at 35%, then the 14 blocks.
Yeah, I was wrong. I was a day late with at least the rim protection. But we obviously made some adjustments coming out of the last game. We just it's unfortunate the way we guarded the rim last game.
Yeah, could you hear or feel like the pressure release when Adama hit that first free throw? Can you feel the emotions in the building in a setting like that?
It was just great for us to play in Gamble today. When you get the students in here, the vibe is like real supportive. Like they were behind us. It didn't feel moany or, I guess there was probably some moaning at that point. But like throughout the game, they just do, when we come in here, it's just like they're behind us, and the guys love playing in here. Because it's like that collegiate type of crowd, and that really helped us today. Because you tell these guys to turn off the outside noise and the hysteria anytime UConn loses, but you feel that even if you don't look and you mute or you mute all college basketball people or delete Twitter, you still feel it in a place like this when you come off a game you played great in and lost to a great team. So I would just say overall the team felt pressure to win the game coming in.
And then Adama going to the line in a situation like that, he missed the second one, but I guess not because he was uncomfortable having, he knocked down the first one. What you know about him and learned about him over the last 2 years, is he kind of comfortable and cool in high pressure situations?
He's, you see what he's going to be as a player here. You see how good Auburn is, and again, like 30 on those guys. It's like they may be number 1 in the country. So with an elite team. So his abilities are obviously high level, and he just has so much self-belief. He does not blink. He thinks he's better than everybody, and you cannot convince him otherwise. But he works like he's a nobody on his game. So or he's humble that way, but he's arrogant when the ball goes up, and that's what you need to do in sports.
Dave, do you feel like the basketball gods gave you a couple breaks tonight, the deflection and the regulation? Tyrese is kind of shot in overtime. Do you feel like the basketball gods kind of owed you a couple of ounces after we went through?
I think the basketball gods know. I thought they buried us in large part today again, because there were some things that went on, that probably went against us. I just think it was, a situation that we had to get back in again, and come through in, as opposed to, I think you lose, you win by 15, you get it to 11, you get separation, you win by 15. I still think you're answering questions about, how you're going to perform late. So these guys made a lot of plays late and did a lot of smart things late to get us the win.
This might not be answerable, but how do you go about preparing for Providence tomorrow?
Yeah, I don't know what the Big East is doing. They do this, whatever their protocol is of deciding when to cancel these games. We've got a staff that's now going to go into the office and work through the night. All of us will be involved in watching multiple games and preparing a scout, for this game. That seems unlikely at this point. If just when you're looking at timelines, and so it's. I just don't understand the protocols and the way that they go about how they handle these things. But
Thank you.